Tonight was my first time going on a live, and I did so because the person who was doing it is someone who's strongly supporting Dean Phillips. And as we move forward today, and you have what's going on in Iowa and then New Hampshire coming up next, both fields, both the Democratic and Republican fields, are going to start to get steady. It's going to get interesting to see what is going to happen on both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Currently, Joseph Biden and Donald J. Trump are the two leaders of both parties. But there are other nominees. In the Democratic Party, there's a man named Dean Phillips, who is half the age of the current president. And in the Republican Party, you have Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. Chris Christie and Vivek Ramaswamy. Well, Ramaswamy's still in. Chris Christie is out. But Vivek is not putting any money into New Hampshire. And he's acted very much like Donald's mouthpiece. I don't think he's making a serious run. Which means there's just Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. Now, Donald Trump's team did not get Donald Trump on Nevada. They didn't get it by the date. So he's losing out on those 7 electoral votes. As we wait for the Supreme Court to decide what's going to happen, if the Supreme Court decides that Donald Trump is not eligible due to the 14th Amendment, then we're going to have Joseph Biden either running against Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley in this upcoming election. Now, the Democratic Party is trying to make sure that Dean does not make much in the way of noise. Dean is a true lefty. He is supporting Medicare for all. He is trying to increase education for children. He wants to make sure women can control their bodies. These are all things that are important. The Medicare for all is a fantastic idea. Medicare uses less than 1% of its cost for administration. Ask United Healthcare how much administration costs for them, or Humana, or Cigna, or Devoted. In those companies, which are large, Blue Cross Blue Shield, those are large companies, and they're top-heavy with people who make millions of dollars. If we eliminate that and we get Medicare for all, we don't have to pay that nonsense. And it's from birth to death. It would solve so many problems. We could get rid of Obamacare, which is still losing out for 30 million people. We can do so much better. And this is one of his major planks. Education is underfunded nationally by $140 billion. We need to do something about that too. We have a lot to look at over the next year, and it is important that we talk to everyone within the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. We need to be united as Americans, not red and blue. That doesn't benefit our society. It only benefits people who are trying to divide us. Remember, we're all Americans. We need to move towards repairing the damage that has been done over the last 20 years. And hopefully we could get new leadership in the White House, or at least if he is unsuccessful at the run, have a Democratic leader in the White House, because if the GOP wins, I don't like the alternative. Please remember to not just worry about the presidential election. A good majority of laws are written at the state and local level, and those races are unbelievably important. My state has a supermajority of Republicans, which means that unless we replace them, the behavior that has been exhibited by Ron DeSantis will continue. Ron DeSantis has spent $150 million last year running for president, when he wasn't even running for president, and he changed our Constitution to allow himself to run for president. We had massive storms over the weekend. On Friday. Tornadoes, hurricane force gale winds, and instead of doing his job in Florida, he was working on being in third place in Iowa. Ron DeSantis isn't the answer. Nikki Haley, who says that she wants to get rid of your Medicare and would not say that slavery was the cause of the Civil War, is not your answer. Donald J. Trump has already shown you what he will do to our economy. A very good functioning economy when he got it. He increased our national debt by nearly $9 trillion. And at the same time, he shrank our economy. And that's really, really bad. We have Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Dean Phillips. I would like people to listen to Dean, and maybe we can have a better option, one that's considerably younger. I'm going to say that because I'm seriously worried that Donald J. Trump or Joseph Biden will die on the trail. They're both over 77 years old. Is it a time that we had someone that was the age that Barack Obama was when he was elected, or JFK, or Bill Clinton, or even George Bush Jr.? Someone in their 40s. It's a full-time job. It takes up all your time. I would much rather have someone that is younger than me doing the job.